I was addicted to porn and masturbation for 8 years straight. Since I was 8 years old, I was addicted to fapping. I would do it probably like every single day, like tons of times, and I would feel so depressed and disgusted by myself. And I tried every single technique and strategy that all these YouTubers like to say, and none of it ever worked. It never worked. And I honestly felt hopeless because none of it ever worked. Until I did one thing, just one thing, that made me stop porn, stop masturbating completely. And this is not just for porn and masturbation. This is how I stopped every single bad habit I was doing. And it's super simple. This is literally the easiest and most simple way to stop any bad habit. It's identity. Now I know you probably heard of this already and you're probably doubting that it will work, but there's a certain way and you have to do it firmly for it to actually work, and it will work. This is literally the most powerful thing in self-improvement. Identity. Your identity is so powerful. Now, if we have two guys who are addicted to cigarettes, for example, right? They're addicted to cigarettes. And they are trying to quit. But one of them says, I am trying not to smoke. And the other one says, I don't smoke. Which one of these won't smoke? Of course this guy, because he's saying I don't smoke. He removed it out of his identity. But this guy said, by saying I'm trying not to smoke, of course we know he will come back to it because it's ingrained in his identity. This guy has literally cut off the association of the habit with his identity. So it's literally impossible for him to go back. It's so simple. Now, another thing is, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I actually stopped, but I'm just explaining to you why this is so powerful and why this works. I got this from Atomic Habits, and this makes so much sense. Like it's insane. This is so powerful, right? This is how you build or break any habit ever. Okay? In the center here, or actually, yeah, in the center here. No, I'll do this, I'm sorry. I'll do this down. So right here we have identity. But why is this marker so ass, man? Alright boys, I got a new marker. So, identity yeah, and then you got process, and here you got the outcome. So you got identity 1, process 2, and outcome is number 3. So basically, when you change your identity, when you change your how you are, basically, what you think of who you are. For example, if you convince yourself that you want to go to the gym, for example, you convince yourself that you are a person who loves going to the gym. You just love going to the gym. It's so fun for you. What will happen? If you convince yourself that you are that guy, you will, which is the second thing process, you will start to act like him. You will start to go to the gym consistently and actually love the gym and like the gym. And then you will get the outcome that you want, which is a good physique. Same exact thing with anything in the world. Fapping, for example. When you convince yourself that you don't fap, when you don't masturbate, you don't do any of that shit, you don't watch the porn, you don't masturbate, it's even like it's disgusting for you. You don't even like it. When you convince yourself that you are that guy, you start to act like him. You don't even have thoughts about fapping and masturbation anymore. And then you get the outcome, which is you're free, basically. This goes with anything, honestly. This goes with literally anything. Now, the biggest problem is with porn and masturbation, and this is why I was addicted for so damn long. I was focused on changing the outcome. You've probably seen this, bro. You've probably seen, like, a lot of people tell you, you have to change your environment, you have to reduce your screen time, you have to, porn blockers and all this bullshit. You have to stop it like step by step. None of that works because you are focused on changing the outcome. When the only way you can change the outcome, the center of the outcome, is the identity. You have to change the identity in order to change the process, in order to change the outcome. Bro, think of yourself as you haven't fapped or watched porn in like 3 years. This is what I did, actually. This is what I fucking did. Every time I got an urge or I wanted to fap or masturbate or all this, I told myself, I haven't done that shit in 3 years. When you start thinking that way, you start thinking, oh, I haven't done that in 3 years. So this is just a normal feeling. This is just me being horny, right? Another thing is, and I got this from Hamza actually, this is the biggest thing you get, is there is a golden point of nofap where when you get to this point, you literally nofap or masturbation, it doesn't even bother you anymore. You're free if you get to this golden point. Now the golden point of you can see that golden point of nofap. Now the golden point of nofap is when you, like right now, you're probably thinking about porn and masturbation. So you're thinking about these things. The golden point of nofap is when you stop thinking about these things. That is the golden point of nofap. When you stop thinking about porn and masturbation, you basically are free. And you get there by changing your identity, by just telling yourself, yeah, I don't do that. I don't watch porn, I don't masturbate. That's the way to do it. There is no other way. If you focus on changing the outcome, you won't go anywhere. The only way to change the outcome is by changing the identity. All right? In terms of habits, of course. Another thing is, you realize that there are some people, when they do their bad habit, which is in this case masturbation, when they fap, they go back to not fapping, if you understand what I mean. Like, I'll try to explain this. When someone's like, his whole identity is of a fapper, is I fap. When he faps, he goes back to the identity of a fapper. I don't know, I know you probably don't understand any of what I said, but just bear with me here. Right here is the identity. So when he faps, he will go back to the identity of a fapper, because that was his original identity. But someone else has the identity of, I don't fap, I don't do that, I don't, it doesn't even, it's not even like bother me. If, like one time, I don't know how it will happen, but if he relapses, if you relapse, but you have the identity, I hear identity. And he faps, what will happen is he will go back to the identity of not fapping. I really hope you understand this, bro. Like, I'll get the, I'm sorry, I'll get just the table closer so you can see. But this person has the identity of a fapper, of a guy who watches porn and masturbates. So when he actually watches porn and masturbates, that identity is more ingrained in him. So it makes him more likely to do it. But this guy right here, his identity originally is he doesn't even do that. So when he does that, he goes back to the original identity he has, which is he doesn't fap, basically. Like, this is so key. Like, think about it, bro. Like, all of the successful guys are successful because of the identities. Like, think about Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. Cristiano Ronaldo. If we offered him like junk food, he wouldn't eat it because it's part of his identity. He has the identity of an athlete, so he wouldn't eat that. You know? Like, this is so key, bro. I promise you, I tried everything, and I promise you, in those 8 years, I tried literally everything to try to stop masturbating and watching porn. And this is how it works. This is the only way that works, is to change your identity. And if it doesn't work and you relapse, you will go back to the identity of not fapping. So it's basically a win-win situation, basically. This is how I stopped watching porn and masturbating, basically. And the way I did this is, I was watching a guy, his name was Jack Piggott, when I was really addicted to watching porn and masturbating. I was watching this guy and he said, I haven't like masturbated or watched porn in over 1,000 days. And that, for me, that was sick. Like, over 1,000 days you haven't done that? But I told myself, what if I become Jack Piggott? Would I not fap? So I just kept telling myself, I don't do that shit. I haven't done that shit in 3 years. I haven't masturbated or watched porn in 3 freaking years. This was like, I don't really remember when this was from, but I did it at some point, basically. Because I don't really count my streak, but I did this at some point. I convinced myself I'm the guy who doesn't fap for 3 years, who hasn't done that in 3 years. So when I got an urge, I didn't associate it with masturbation and watching porn. Because you see, like, I just associated with it being a man. Like, when you get an urge, right? Oh fuck, my marker's not working again. Let's see this one. Yes, when you get an urge, or when you get an urge, you basically have two paths. Or I won't call it an urge, I'll actually call it energy. Because that's what it is, it's just energy. It's just a burst of energy. It's just a burst of biological energy in your body, basically. It's normal. So you can either put this energy into, I just like watching porn, of course, and fapping. Or you can put this energy into your goals. And when you have the identity of someone who doesn't fap, you will put this urge, or I like to call it energy, honestly, because it's not an urge, it's energy, bro. It's good, it's energy. you will associate it, I feel horny, so I want to have a woman. I want to have sex with a woman, which is my future wife. So I will focus on my goals so I can get closer to my future wife. That is how I think right now, basically. I don't associate it with porn and fapping. So it's that simple. If you want to stop masturbating, become your higher self. Become the guy who doesn't masturbate. It's that simple. All right? And as always, we're in this together, and we're gonna make it. I promise you, we're gonna make it together. Peace, take care.